Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we are going to see a new phone which is going to be official in market, so which is Poco M4 Pro 5G. So we are going to talk about this phone specs and at last my personal suggestion in this video. So first we'll start with the base specs, like about these normal things about this phone which lots of people may know. So we'll just start with that. So it comes with 6.6 inches and it also comes with IPS LCD display. So many people will ask, what is this IPS? So IPS stands for in-plane switching liquid crystal display. So basically in market, if you take any phones, there will be two kinds of displays. One will be LED and one side will be LCD display. So what is the major difference? So the major difference lies basically in you. Like basically what type of phone do you want to choose and what type of, like what is your purpose and what is your timing in using phone. So basically if you're a kind of people where you're going to use your phones at the daytime, like most of your usage of phones will be in daytime, then you can go for LCD display. Whereas if you're going to use your phones at night time, like mostly, then go for LED display because that is quite good. And also when comparing and taking photos, like photographs, blogging kind of stuff, then LCD display is good because you'll get natural brightness. But whereas on other side here you will get some kind of adaptive brightness. And also each company purely chooses these display depending upon their manufacturing cost, output cost and profit percentage and so. But here Poco has choose IPS LCD display, which is quite good. And also here it comes with 450 nits of brightness and 1080 into 2400 pixel resolutions, so which is all quite good. And also here it comes with IP53, which means dust resistance is there. There is no water resistance available in this phone, so please notice that. And also coming to the next points about this is it comes with Gorilla Glass Protection 3, which is also quite normal, like in protection kind of, because now there are Gorilla 4, 5 in the market. So Gorilla Glass 3 is okay. And coming to the main steps is its PPI. So PPI is basically pixel per inch. So suppose if you're using gaming kind of phones, then you might have known this word named as PPI. And refresh rate. So PPI is basically how many pixel per inches in your phone, in your screen is available. So basically in this phone the PPI is 399, so which is quite good. Suppose if you're planning to buy a like a gaming kind of phone, then I would suggest you to go for more than 400, but here 399 is okay. It's like an average gaming kind of phone, so which is quite good. And also here the screen to body ratio is 84.4%. so in the sense, if you take a full phone, nearly 84% will be your coverage of the phone, like, and the rest will be your screen, so which is quite good. So like these are the base things like which you can say. Now talking about the main things, like when you're planning to buy kind of a gaming phone, then you have to look for something named as refresh rate. So basically what is this refresh rate? So suppose if you have a habit of playing any online games, maybe like PUBG, Free Fire or Call of Duty kind of stuff, where irrespective of your network, like maybe your network is so good, your Wi-Fi is so good, but still, like suddenly if an enemy pops out or he's just kind of shooting at you, correct, like whenever you just move your screen to a side, there'll be a quite lag in your phone. Like you will think it may be due to your network connection and so. No, it is basically due to this refresh rate, because like this refresh rate shows like the amount of time or amount of things where the pixels in your phone will get refreshed fast. So in the sense, if you have good refresh rate, then automatically your screen will start getting refreshed fast. In the sense, you will start seeing the things so fast when compared to other persons. So mainly, like if you compare, like if you when you're playing with your games with your friends kind of stuff, you might have noticed this also. Some people will have good gaming phone where they will easily, like they will just see the enemy quite earlier than you. So this is mainly due to this refresh rate also. So suppose like on the whole, like if you're planning to buy a gaming phone, I would suggest you to go for refresh rate 120 is good, or as 144 is so good. But still, if you're planning to buy a budget friendly gaming phone, then 90Hz is good. But please don't go for 60. 60 is out of the category. It is not named as a gaming kind of phone. So here the refresh rate is 90Hz, so which is quite good. And coming to the next thing is talking about its specs, like what are the other specs is. Here it comes with Dimensity 510 5G, so which is quite good. And also it's octa-core. It comes with 4GB 6GB variants, 64 120GB internal. So if you're interested, you can know about these things. So talking about the processor is good. And also the next thing is talking about its camera. Here in front it comes with dual camera with 50+8 wide, whereas in the back it comes with 16 megapixel, which is quite good. The fingerprint is available on side, so which is also quite good. Talking about its battery performance sensors, the company has given an official statement that it can charge from 0 to 100% in 1 hour. So it is type C, 5000 mAh, so fast charging, 33 watt, Android 11, MIUI 12. So all these basic specs, all these things you will get. It comes with Bluetooth 5.0, GPS, NFC. It also cleared benchmark and also N22 testing. So on the whole, like all the other things are good. The things which you have to focus is this refresh rate, which is quite good, and Bluetooth is 5.1, which is also like updated Bluetooth version, so which is also quite good. And coming to the final thing is its price and availability. So this phone is going to be officially being live from Feb 14 in online stores, also in offline. So if you're interested, you can go for it. And also the colors, it will be in blue, black, and also it will be in Poco yellow. So if you're interested, you can go. And also coming to the cost side, the company has given a statement that this cost can be estimated around 20k, so under 20k. So if you're looking for a budget friendly, like a gaming phone under 20k, then you can take this, because the refresh rate, PPA and everything is good. So this is what the full thing about this Poco M4. So with this, we'll start with the base spec. So here it comes with 6.43 inches, so AMOLED LED display. So the next thing is, what is the difference between this LED and LCD display? So I'll just give you a small hint, like what are the major differences and so basically, if you take any phones currently in any platforms, so there will be two kinds of displays. One is LCD and LED. So if you're a kind of a person like where you will be using your phones in the daytime, so in the sense like your usage of phones is so high in daytimes, then you should go for LCD display. Whereas if you're a person who's going to use like where you just switch off all your lights and fans in your room and then you use it, then LED display is a good option. Whereas for photographies, blogging stuff, kind of stuff, LCD is good because you will get a good brightness there. Whereas on this side, there'll be like a kind of small native brightness, like an adaptive brightness. So that's what the major difference. It purely depends on the company's perspective, their manufacturing cost, their total productions, profit percentage. Depending upon that, each company will take which kind of screens they want. So here the company is using AMOLED LED display. So coming to the next thing, here it comes with 1080 to 2400 pixel resolution. You can go for max 2400, which is quite good. And talking about the next things kind of stuff, first we have to talk about its aspect ratio and PPI density. So what is this PPI density? Is pixel per inch. So in your whole screen is made up of small pixels. So this pixel will show you like whether your phone is capable of a gaming phone or not. So that is the main thing. And also like how the image clarity and all those things, like for sometimes when you zoom, if you take those old phones, then you might have noticed that whenever you just zoom your photos, like you might see a small pixel. So that is basically this PPI. So this PPI density plays a very important role. So here the PPI density is 405, so which is quite good. It purely is a gaming phone, because like for a gaming phone, the minimum specification of PPI density should be more than 400. If you go less than like 395, 380 kind of PPI, it is good, but still you will have kind of lag and the screen will not be refreshed good. So here it is good. And also talking more, you have to look for a name, like a tag named as refresh rate. So what is this refresh rate? Is basically it will just refresh the amount of these pixels on your screen. The best example which I can just give you is like whenever you play any kind of online games, maybe like PUBG, Free Fire, Call of Duty kind of stuff, where you might have noticed like suddenly if you just want to turn your screen around, or if an enemy pops out, your screen will take 1 to 2 seconds of a lag, or else it will take some 2 to 3 seconds to refresh the screen. So this is mainly due to this refresh rate. So here the refresh rate is 90 Hz, so which is a decent refresh rate for gaming phones. But still, if you ask my recommendations on gaming phones, then I will ask you to go for 120 or 144. So 144 is so good, 120 is okay, but still purely depending on the cost, these refresh rate will also be reduced. But still 90 Hz is a decent one. And also talking more, you have to look for this sampling rate. So that is basically your touch sense, like how much speed your phone can sense your touches. So that is what the main thing where you can know about this sampling rate. So here the sampling rate is 180 Hz, which is common in almost all phones in normal days. So these are the normal specs. And talking more is we have to look for screen to body ratio. So in the sense, suppose if you take your whole phone as 100 percentage, in that 84 percentage will be screen and rest will be your body in your whole screen. So this is what you can know about this, about from the screen to body ratio. So like these are the basic specs like about this phone. So talking more is you have to talk about this in depth, like its processor kind. So talking about this processor, here it comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon, so 680. So 680 chipset is purely a 4G chipset. So please, like, this phone will not be updated to 5G in any way, so please note that. And also it will be integrated with Adreno 16, so which is quite good. And also it will be paired with 4GB and 6GB. So these two are the specs like which you can get in this phone, like Note 11. And talking more, it comes with Android 11 MIUI 13. So those are like the basic specs. And next thing is talking about its camera. So in front there is Qualcomm with 50 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2. So 50 is your primary, 8 is your ultra wide, and 2 is for your depth, and next 2 is for your macro lens. Whereas in front you have like 13 megapixel, and also the fingerprint is on the side. So like these are the camera specs. On talking about its camera, it is quite good for its price, which I'll say it on the later part. And coming to the next thing is all its basic specs. Like on the whole, what are the rest specs is, it comes with USB type C, 5000 mAh, fast charging, 33 watts. So those things are there. And the company has given a statement that it will be charged from 0 to 100% in 1 hour because of fast charging 33 watt, which is quite good. And talking more is it comes with dual SIM micro SD card, which is a dedicated slot, and also 3.5 jack, stereo speakers. This phone has no 5G option, only 4G option, please note it. And talking more is GPS, NFC, so all kind of those things are available in these phones. So it comes in 3 colors. So basically the price of this phone which falls between like 13.5k to 15.5k. So here the variations are from 64GB to 128GB. So you can choose any of things you want. So it's going to be officially on live in Amazon from Feb 11th. So I'll put the link in the description. So if you're interested, you can purchase it. So that's it. So these are the base things, like full things about this phone. With the base, so here it comes with 6.43 inches AMOLED LED display. So the difference between LED and LCD is basically, if you're going to use a phone at day times, then LCD display is a good option. And for photographies kind of stuff, blogging, videos and such, LCD is a good option, like because like there you will get a natural brightness. Whereas on the other side for LED display, like if you are a kind of a person who's going to use your phones at the night time, in the sense like where you're going to switch off your lights and then you're going to use, then LED display is a good option. And also for photographies, bloggings and stuff, the photographies will be good, but still there will be a small kind of adaptive brightness. So that's it. So this is what the major difference between LED and LCD, and it purely depends on company's perspective, like whether they, depending upon their cost, their productions, their profit percentage, depending upon that, each company chooses different screens. That's it. And coming to the next thing is, in LCD there are different variations like IPS, here like OLED, AMOLED, Super AMOLED kind of stuff. So that's it. So coming to the next point is, here the phone comes with 1080 into 2400 pixel resolution. So maximum is 1080. For video shootings and shows, you can go for 720, 1080 and so. And the company gives also like 1000 nits of brightness, which is quite good, with DCI color camera. So what is this? DCI is basically, if you take in photographic phones or kind of stuff where color patterns, like number of color shades is very important. So those color shades will be different, will be like given under different conditions, maybe like sRGB or DCI, NTSC and so. So what is these things is basically the number of color shades which it can show. So like if you're a gamer, if you're interested in photographies, then DCI is good, because like here it can show you numerous of color variations. So DCI color panel is available in this, so in this Note 11s, so which indicates that it's going to be pure like a gaming phone, which I'll say it at the later part. So coming to the next thing is PPI density. So what is this PPI density? Is pixel per inch. So basically everyone knows your phone screen is made up of pixels. So like This PPI density basically shows the number of pixel combinations, and it also indicates whether your phone is made for gaming purposes or not. So here the PPI density is 409, so which shows clearly that this phone is made for gaming purposes. So coming to the next thing is this PPI density also shows, like if you're planning to take a gaming kind of phone, then I would suggest you to go for minimum like 400 above of PPI density. And to be more honest, to be know more about gaming things, you have to look for refresh rate. So what is this refresh rate is, basically it shows the speed, like where your screen will be refreshed each second. So this is what the base thing is. So like to know better about this refresh rate, if you're playing any games or any online games, maybe PUBG, Free Fire, Call of Duty, any games with your friends who has a gaming phone, you might have noticed like when suddenly if an enemy pops out, or if you suddenly want to change your screen from one direction or other direction, suddenly there will be a small delay in your screen, or suddenly your phone will get stuck. So this is mainly due to this refresh rate. So like irrespective of your net connection will be good, or else your Wi-Fi may be good, but still this issue may happen. This is mainly due to this refresh rate also. So like if you are asking me like what is the good refresh rate for a gaming phone, then I will say please go for 144 hertz, because that is the top refresh rate. But still 120 is also currently there in market, and 90 is the least, which I will say it's okay. If you go for 60 hertz, definitely it is not a gaming phone, please don't go. But still nowadays all phones they are giving with 90 hertz of refresh rate, which is quite good. So here also the company has given 90 hertz of refresh rate. And also talking more here, it comes with 20:9 aspect ratio. So 20 is length and 9 is aspect ratio, and it comes with 84.4% screen to body ratio. So if you take your whole phone of 100%, where 85% is going to be your screen and rest is going to be your body. So that's it. So like this is about its base specs. So talking next thing is about its in-depth, like about its processor. So here the company uses Helio MediaTek G96, so which is quite good. So 96 chipset is quite old, but still like it has good processing speed. It has a clock speed, I think so, like 2.09 gigahertz, so which is quite good. On the other side here they're using G57 for its GPU. So graphics point of view, this phone is good as well. So this thing is like you can just combine with 4GB or 6GB on different depending upon the variants you want. And also you will get storage according to that. For 4 you will get 64, for 6 you will get 128GB extra in your memory part. And also next thing is here you will have expandable memory up to 1 TB, so which is quite good as well. So that's it. So this is about its processor part. So next thing is about its camera. So this phone is so high, like the main hook of this phone is basically about its camera part, because in front you have quad cam with primary camera of 108 megapixel, and it comes with an aperture of f/1.9. So 1.9 aperture clearly shows that this phone is so good for low light, shallow light photographies, videos, and so this phone will be so good. And also it comes with an ultra wide of 8 with f/2.2 aperture, so which is quite good. And rest other two will be for depth and as well as for macro photographies with 2 megapixels. So that's it. So this is about its quad cam. And front you will be having a punch hole with 13 megapixels, so which is quite good. And the fingerprint is being available on the side. So this is about its camera part. So talking about its camera part, it is purely so good of its cost. So like cost I'll be saying it later, but still till now it is so good for its camera perspective as well. So then the final thing is about its base things, like what are the other things available. So here you have IP53, so it is splash resistance, then Android 11 with MIUI 13, so that is quite good. And talking more about the other things is its battery. So here the battery performance comes with 5000 mAh, so which is good. And 5000 mAh with fast charging of 33 watt, so 0 to 100% can be done in 1 hour as well. So charging part is good. And also GPS, Wi-Fi 802.11 AC is available, so which is quite good as well. So that's it. So this is about its other basic specs about this 11s. So final thing is color variants and price. So here it comes in 3 colors, and the price comes from 15.5k to 18.5k. It is going to be available in Amazon from Feb 16th onwards. So Feb 16th or 19th I think so. So whoever is interested, you can just start purchasing it. I'll put the link in the description. So that's it. So this is about this full Video we're going to talk about Asus ROG 5S Pro specs. So why I'm going to talk about this is basically the difference between like 5S Pro and 5S is just like 2 to 3 specifications has been just been removed from 5S Pro. So that's it. So I'll just like talk more about this 5S Pro first. So starting with the base, like we'll start with its like outside of the phone, like its screen and everything. So here it comes with 6.78 inches AMOLED LED display, and here they are using AMOLED display of Samsung E4, so which is quite good. And also talking here is what is the difference between LED and LCD display. I'll just give a small difference here. So suppose if you are kind of a person like who use the usage of your phone is too much in your daytimes, and then LCD is a good option, and also for photographies, bloggings, vloggings, and so LCD is a good option. Whereas an LED is good for people who use your phone at the daytimes, in the sense in the night times. Like suppose if you're going to just switch off your lights and if you're going to use it, then LED display is a good option for you. And also for photographies, blogging and everything, LED is good, but still you will just get a small adaptive brightness. So that's it. So this is what the major difference between these both screens. And also it purely depends on company's perspective, their manufacturing cost, their profit percentage. Each company chooses whichever display they want, and there are different types. Here you have in-plane switching LCD display, here OLED, Super AMOLED, AMOLED, Infinite AMOLED. So there are many displays. So here company is using AMOLED display, which comes with 1018 to 2340 pixel resolutions, which is quite good. And also here you have 8K video recordings like you can do. So talking more about it is here it comes with 1200 nits of brightness, always on display, FDR, so that is quite good as well. So 1200 nits of brightness is so good. So like talking about the small things. And coming to the next things is the phone's main things like about related to gaming. So the first part is PPI density, that is PPI, like pixel per inch density. So what is basically is PPI is I'll just give you a small info here. So suppose like if you take any screen in this world, each screen is made up of small things named as pixels. So like to know what is pixel, basic example is if you take any older phones, like any older phones photos, if you just zoom in, then you might have seen the pixel, like it'll be in square shape. So that is what basically is named as pixel. So here like the combinations of pixel, how the together density is, that is what is defined as PPI density. And what is the use of this PPI density is basically the more PPI you have, it will show you good clarity of images, the lines, the dots in your screen will be good. And also this PPI density is also dependent on your screen resolutions as well. Suppose if you have good resolutions and if your PPI is less, then it is kind of going to affect your screen to be open. But still if your PPI is high and if your resolution is also high, then during your gaming experience your clarity will be so good, color experience and everything will be good, and image clarity. So that was the main use of PPI. And for usually for gaming phones the PPI density will be more than 400, but here on Asus the PPI density is 395, so which is quite less, but still comparing to its resolution, pixel resolutions, it is quite good. But still it will not affect the overall experience of your gaming. But still like on clarity point of view, you might have a small clarity issues, but it's not going to affect you on a major scale, and for most people you're not even going to notice it. So that's it. So this is what about its PPI density. And talking more about it, we have to talk about refresh rate. So basically what is this refresh rate is the pixels which is there in your screen will start refreshing for every second. So that is what basically is named as refresh rate. So to know more, the example which I can give you is, suppose if you're playing with your friends any kind of online game, maybe PUBG, Free Fire, Call of Duty, any game you take, suppose if an enemy comes in, irrespective of your internet connection, and so your screen will start getting lag. It may be for 1 to 2 seconds, so that lag or your phone can even get stuck. So this is mainly due to this refresh rate, in the sense like your screen has to refresh every single second. So as much more, like if your phone has good refresh rate, then you will not be having lag irrespective of your internet connection as well. So the maximum refresh rate which is available till now is 144 Hz. So this phone also has 144 Hz refresh rate, which is quite good. And talking more about its touch sampling rate. So what is this touch sampling rate? Is basically if you're using any WhatsApp or Insta, if you're typing someone some messages, then you might have noticed that you have typed, you have pressed the letters in the keyboard, but the letters to appear on the screen will take some time. So that is mainly due to this sampling rate. In the sense, your screen is not able to sense all your finger sensors. So that is what the main thing here is. So if you take normal phones, it will be 180 hertz and so here they are giving 360 hertz, which is quite good. It will be so useful for your gaming perspective. So that's it. So this is about refresh rate, sampling rate, and so coming to the next thing is aspect ratio. So here you have 16:9. It supports the length and width of your pixel. And next thing is screen to body ratio. That is, if you take 100% of your screen, then what is the percentage of screen and your body? So here the percentage is 82%, in the sense like 82% will be your screen and the rest will be your body. So maximum of your front screen will be front part will be completely screen. And the next new thing, like which is available only in Asus 5, 5s and 5 Pro, is basically secondary matrix, like a PM model, so which will be in back of your phone, like where you can get your notification, call logs and everything, so which is quite good while you're playing games, and so it will be quite useful. And also it has Genie overlay, game Genie overlay, so where you'll get a small pop-up like notification where you can see your messages, notifications as well when you're playing your game. So that's it. So this is about its like screen, like what are the things is there. And talking next thing which we have to move on is its chipset. So here the company is using Snapdragon 888 plus 5G chipset, so which is quite good, but still this chipset is launched 1 year ago. I don't know why company used this. It is kind of a lag, but still they are just using this with LPDDR5, so which is quite good because this RAM is better than DRAM. And also here they're using UFS 3.1, so universal flash storage. So here the read and write instructions will be multiplied 3 times, so that all the instructions, all the things which you're planning to do in your phone will get faster, and it will be done so quickly as well. So talking about its chipset part, it's good, but I don't know why they use Snapdragon 880 like 888 plus, because it's quite less compared to, like, there are many good like Exynos 911 and so on. So I don't know why they are still going with Snapdragon. So coming to the next thing is they are just combining the Snapdragon with 12 GB of RAM, no, 18 GB of RAM with 512 internal storage for 5S Pro. Whereas for just 5 years you have two variants, 128 and so whichever you want you can go. So this is about this chipset part. So coming to the next thing is about its camera. So as you know, ROG does not like give more importance to its camera. It focuses more on its gaming perspective, like ROG specifications. So here as well there's going to be no like new thing in that. So front you have triple camera with 64 megapixel as primary with aperture of 1.8, so which is quite good. And it comes with, I think so, Sony IMX686. Whereas next thing, ultra wide is 13 and 5 is macro. Whereas in front you have selfie for 24 megapixel, and you can take 8K videos. So those things, all those stuff, slow motions, camera movements, all those things are available. So that's it. So this is about its camera part. So coming to the next thing is the sensors available here. So this is kind of new, and which is also important because gaming. So the first thing is here you have R triggering sensors. So in the sense, you can just convert your phone into a console, and just by swiping in R you can play your phones, like you can play your games. And next thing is here you have cooler 5, so which is quite good, like aerostatic cooler 5, so all your heat will just go out, so there's going to be no issues in that. And then you have front facing magnet 7 stereo speakers, so which is also quite good, 2 speakers, so like the sensing part and everything is good. And talking more is here you have auto wizard. So what is that is, suppose like if you connect a new headset to your ROG, then you can just rerun this auto wizard, where it will start finding the exact wavelength, like what your phone should be there for your headset. So those things are good, like your controllers and so you can just use this auto wizard. And then there is Gray Tab. So what does this Gray Tab does is, it's so good across Gray Tab. So what is this Gray Tab is basically it just gives updates to your motherboards and also the other things which is there inside your phone, so which is so good. And also you, as I mentioned before, you have this game Genie overlay. So what does this thing does is, it is going to be a small icon notification. Whenever you're playing, you can just see the other notification, call logs and everything. So These things all are available in this phone, like which we can talk about sensors. Then there are GPS, GLNOS, NFC, Android like 11 it's running, and you will have ASUS UI. So like these things are all we can talk about sensors part. And coming to the final thing is about its battery. So here it comes with dual cell 6000 mAh, 65 watts fast charging. You can charge like your 0 to 70% in half an hour, so whereas 100% in 52 minutes, so which is quite good. And talking more, here it comes with dual sim, so whoever is interested you can go for it. Android 5.1 is there, like sorry, Bluetooth 5.1 is there, so like those things are good. So this is about its battery. And also I think so like it went in three testing, like Antutu, benchmark, and VFX Bench. So like three testings also it has been done, so bleed, so like those things all are good. So like on the whole, like this is about this Asus ROG 5s Pro all specs. And the things which is not there, like the things which is not going to be there in 5s, so that is quite important. So basically the camera, the other specification, everything is going to be the same. The only differences is in its RAM. And then there is like you will not get a secondary P matrix like a modern display, so those things, and also eye triggering sensors. So these three things are not going to be available in 5s. So this is just a minor variation, whereas on camera, refresh rate, touching samples rate, and everything is going to be just the same. So that's it. So this is the difference between 5s and 5s Pro. So coming to the price, like 5s Pro comes for 80k, only single variant, and it is going to be available only in black color. So whereas here it comes in two variants, one is for 47 and next one is for 60k. So base, this is the slimmest 5G phone in the market. So it comes with 6.5 inches IPS LCD display, so in plane switching liquid crystal display. So talking about the difference between LCD and LED, so basically if you're a kind of person who is going to use your phones at daytimes, then LCD is good option, blogging, photo shooting, and all those things. LCD is good because you'll get natural brightness, whereas on the other side, on LED, if you're a kind of a person like, if you're going to use your phones at the night time, then LED is a good option for you. So that's it. And talking more is, it purely depends on company's perspective, their manufacturing cost and so on. So each company will choose their screens. And also there are many variants like full HD, HD plus, IPS LCD, and so here OLED, then AMOLED, Super AMOLED, Infinity AMOLED. So you have various options, so whichever you want you can go for it. So talking more about it, pixel resolution, here it comes with 1080 into 2408, so that is quite good. And talking more, here we have to talk about PPI density, so pixel per inch. So in the sense, your whole screen is made up of small things, tiny things named as pixels. So as a pixel, the PPI density is basically the combination of total things in your screen. So with help of this, you can come to a conclusion how well the clarity of your image will be on your screen, dots, lines, you can take anything which will be the amount of clarity. And this PPI density is also related to your resolutions, pixel resolutions. So with help of this, you can also know whether it is good for your gaming purposes. And also suppose if you're planning to take a gaming monitor kind of stuff, then I would suggest you to go for good PPI and also as well as resolutions as well. So currently here the PPI here is 401, so which is good for a gaming perspective. Suppose if you're looking for gaming phones, then I would suggest you to go for more than 400 PPI, because the clarity of the images will be good. And talking more, you have to next look for refresh rate. So refresh rate is basically the amount of seconds, like each second your screen has to refresh. In the sense, in each second your screen has to show some new images. The best example is, suppose if you're playing some PUBG or Free Fire, any games, if an enemy pops out, suddenly you might have noticed that your screen will lag for maybe 1 to 2 seconds. That is mainly due to this refresh rate. So like as long as your refresh rate is high, this lag will be reduced. That's it. So for ultra gamers, like who's interested in who don't have no problem in money, then I'll say you please go for 144 hertz. But here the company is giving 120 hertz under 20k budget, so which is quite good. And also here you have a touch sampling rate of 240 hertz, so which is also quite good. So 240 hertz, like basically what is touch sampling is, you might have noticed that suppose if you are just typing in WhatsApp or Insta or anything, you might have completed typing in your keyboard, but it will take some lag to show on screen. So that is basically due to this sampling rate. In the sense, like your screen will take some time to sense your fingers, like your fingerprints. So as long this is high, it is good as well. So here you have 240 hertz, so which is quite good. So talking more is about its aspect ratio. It is your pixel size like 20:9, and also screen to body ratio. Here screen to body ratio is 84%. So in the sense, if you take 100% as your full phone, then 84% will be your screen and rest will be your body, and so that's it. So this is about its base specs, like its top specs. Next we are going to talk about its chipset. So here they're using octa-core Snapdragon 695 5G, so which is quite good. So 695, I think so most people know. So this chipset is basically the top chipset, like top marks which it got in and due to benchmark testing sensors. So in the sense, this chipset will have no lags, everything will be good in this chipset, and it is then you can just combine with 4GB, 6GB or 8GB depending upon your perspectives, and also you will get additional storage here. So that's it. So this is about its chipset part. So next thing is the next thing which we are going to talk about here is about its camera. So in front you have triple camera with 50 megapixel as primary with aperture to 1.8 and 2 for macro and 2 for your depth. So whereas in front you have 13 megapixel water drop. I don't know why company is still going for water drop, because all companies are going for punch hole currently, but here you have water drop, which is quite a lag. And then talking about its final thing is, here it has a cooling system, so that is quite good, because for this budget getting a cooling system is so good. It can reduce up to 10 degrees. In the sense, suppose if you are a gamer, if you're playing some games, then a reduction of 10 degrees is so good for your phones, and there will be no issues or lags or anything, because processor is good, camera like PPI is good, refresh rate, touch sampling, everything is good. In the sense, it's a good budget friendly phone for gamings. So this is about its all things about its camera. Finally, like we'll talk about its battery. So here it comes with 5000 mAh, but fast charging has been reduced here. I don't know why company has reduced. It is like 13-watt fast charging, so 12 watts fast charging, because they in other phones you have 33, but here they are giving slow fast charging, because like it will take some time for your phone to charge, because like in 33 watt it will take just 1 hour to charge 5000 mAh, but here it will take more than like 1 hour, 1.5 hours or 2 hours. So that's it. So this is what the whole things about this phone. So on the whole price, it comes from 15 to 18K. It is available on Flipkart. It's currently going on sale, so whoever is interested, you can go for. Starting with the base, like we'll start with this basic spec. So here it comes with 6.43 full HD plus fluid AMOLED display. So I'll just give you a small difference between LED and LCD here. So if you're kind of a person who is interested in, like, who use your phone during daytimes too much, and also you're interested in photos, blogging, video logging, then please go for LCD, because there you'll get natural brightness as well. Whereas here on LED, if you're going to use your phones in the night time, where you're going to switch off your lights and then you're going to use it, then LED is a good option for you. Then also here you will get good in blogging, photos and everything, but still here you will get a kind of a small adaptive brightness. So that's it. So this is what the major difference, and purely depends on company's perspectives, like whether which screen they want, and also the depending upon their price and so on. So that's it. So here then it comes with pixel resolution of 1080 into 2400. So that's good. You can go for 1080 2K as well, so there's going to be no issues during photos, bloggings, videos and so. So pixel resolution here is good. And then it comes with Cornea Gorilla Glass 3. Talking about its outer part, like its outer design, it looks almost similar to its CE, so like OnePlus Nord CE. There is not a huge difference in the design as well, because in front, if you look for triple camera, there are two cameras bigger and one smaller camera with a flash. So same design and structure as Nord, so Nord CE, so there is not a huge difference here. So talking more about its specs, we have to talk about its PPI density, which is pixel per inch. So what is PPI density? So basically, if you take any phone, your screen is made up of a small thing named as pixels. So this is what the base idea is. To know more about this combinations of pixels in your screen, we'll just look for this PPI density. So what is the use of this PPI density? With the help of this PPI density, you can know the clarity of your screen. So that is what this PPI density means. For example, if you're looking for any gaming phones, then PPI density is an important factor also when you're looking like after refresh rate. So that's what I can say. So talking more about this PPI density, here the PPI density is 409, so which is quite good as well, because like 409, your clarity of images in your screen, dots, colors and everything will be so good. So that is quite good. And talking more, as I mentioned before, you have to look for a term named as refresh rate if you are planning to buy this phone on gaming point of view, any phone. So refresh rate is basically is where like the speed of your screen, the speed of those pixels in your screen. To give you more clarity of refresh rate, I would just ask you, like, suppose if you're just playing some games with your friends, maybe like any online games, where you might have noticed maybe PUBG, Free Fire, or Call of Duty. So where if an enemy has just popped out, you would have just suddenly turned your screen to one direction. Your screen might take 1 or 2 seconds lag to just show that image or anything on your screen, or it suddenly your phone can also get stuck. So that is mainly due to this refresh rate. So as long your refresh rate is in good thing, the clarity and the speed of your game will be good. So here the refresh rate is 90 hertz, which is a decent refresh rate. So if you go less than 90 hertz, then definitely I'll say that is not recommended as a gaming phone. So that's it. So next thing which you have to look here is sampling rate. So touch sampling rate. So here the touch sampling rate is 180 hertz. So for those people who don't know what sampling rate is, so basically you might have noticed like in WhatsApp or Insta, you would have typed the entire text or entire thing from your keyboard side, but it will take 1 or 2 seconds for your system to show that on your screen. So that is mainly due to this sampling rate. In the sense, your screen takes 1 or 2 seconds to recognize the prints of your fingers. So that's what the main thing is. So this is also main kind of a factor which you have to look if you're planning to buy any phone on gaming perspective, because the sampling rate is so important. Suppose if you're kind of a people like who uses two finger gaming play or gameplay, or like a four finger gameplay, then these sampling rates play a very important role. So that's it. So here it comes with 180 hertz of sampling rate. Then talking about more is aspect ratio. It's about your screen size, 16:9. So that is going to be your screen size. Then you can know more about your screen by looking at screen to body ratio. So here the screen to body ratio is 85%. So where 100, if you just take 100% of your phone, 85% will be your screen and rest will be your body. So that's it. So this is about its basic specs. So next we'll talk about its chipset. So here the company is using MediaTek Dimensity 900, so which is quite good. So 6 nanometers, so quite good. And here, since it is MediaTek, definitely here you will have Mali so as your GPU so for graphics, so that is quite good. And here you can combine with any RAM 6 or 8 which is available, and you'll get storage. So that is another part. So the main important thing which you have to know here is about the UI. So here the company is using Android 11, so which is very old, because now Android 12 is on live and lots of phones are getting updates for Android 12, and here they are using Oxygen OS 11 also, so which is also quite out of date for current on OnePlus perspective, because like the 12 has been launched and it's almost 6 months, because lots of phones have got Android 12 update as well, but still I don't know why OnePlus is still going on its back. And here the Android 12 is also a stable version, it's not in developing mode also, so I don't know why here OnePlus have went there. So that is like quite disappointing, but still it's okay. So talking more, moving forward, we have to talk about its camera. So front you have triple cameras of 64 plus 8 plus 2. So 64 is primary, it comes with f1.8 sub-inches, so which is quite good for low light and night photographies. You can use it. Front you have punch hole camera of 16 megapixels. So that's it. So this is about its camera point of view. So the next thing is all its current like left out specs. So here it comes with a dedicated micro SD card, so which is quite new for many people. If you are a OnePlus user, you have no. Then it comes it has no alert slider for you. So slider alert, I know many people knows, so because like just above your power button, like there'll be an option for ring, mute and everything, so that option is not available here. And also fingerprint is under the screen, so that is good, under the display. And talking more, here you have 3.5 jack, Wi-Fi 6, that is quite good, Android, then Bluetooth 5.1. So these are the things available. Talking about its battery, here the company is giving 4500 mAh. I don't know why, because for this price you have phones with 5000 mAh. Here they are going for 4500 mAh with 65 watts charging. I don't know what is the need here, why they are going for 65 watts. If you're going for 65 watts, then at least you would have increased your like capacity of your battery. So here it's kind of less. So that's it about this phone. So it's going to be live on Feb 22. So whoever is interested, you can purchase it. It comes around a price of 24k, and also if you're using ICICI cards, then you will get a minimum discount of 1.5k. So this is about this phone. It comes in two colors, blue and gray, I think so. So those things are based, so it depends on like your personal choices, you can go for it. It comes with 6.78 inches IPS LCD display. So what is this IPS? So it is incline switching liquid crystal display, and I'll just say what is the difference between this LCD and LED. So basically, if you're a kind of person who's using phones at the daytime, whereas your usage is too high in daytime, then please go for LCD. And also for photographies, bloggings, vloggings, and so LCD is a good option because you will get natural brightness here. Whereas on the other side, it is just a vice versa of it. So if you are going to use your phones at the night time, and also like if you are kind of a person like who doesn't use like too much of bloggings or photographies, then go for LED. And it purely depends on company's perspective, their manufacturing cost and their profit percentage, and so depending upon that, each company will go for any of the displays they want. And also there are like different types, like as you know. So here you have OLED, AMOLED, Super AMOLED, IPS LCD display, full HDC plus, and so here, like as I told before, it depends on company's perspective. So that's it. So coming to the next thing is, here it comes with 500 nits of brightness. It has 1080 into 2400 pixel resolutions, and so these things are good. So just talking more about this, first thing we have to talk is PPI density. So that is pixel per inch. So what is this PPI density? So basically, if you take any phones which you're using day to day in your life, the screen which you're seeing is basically made of a small particle named as pixels. So if you want to know about pixels, you can just think of your old age, like old phones, like where when you just zoom in some photos, you might have seen some square shaped structures. So that is mainly due to this pixels. That is basically named as pixels. To know the combination of these pixels and source, there is a term named as PPI density. That's it. Next, what is the use of this PPI density? Why should I know it? Because like with the help of knowing this PPI density, you will know the clarity of your screen, because PPI density plays a very important role in showing the image clarity and also like image lines, dots, like colors, and so. And it is also like a kind of a factor to know whether your phone is good for gaming and so, but it does not affect so much in your gaming performance. But still, I'll just let you know in the later part. So here this PPI density is also related to pixel resolutions. So here the PPI density is 388, so which is a normal, like a decent PPI. But if you're interested in a phone like where you want for pure gaming perspective, then I would suggest you to go for a PPI like higher than 400. So because like it is important, and it is also important, like it's like it comes good when your pixel resolution is also good. So talking more about it, like you have to know something, a term named as refresh rate. So I think so like most of the people know like what is refresh rate, and so if you don't know, like you might have noticed like whenever you're playing some like online games, maybe Free Fire, PUBG, Call of Duty, and so you might have noticed that whenever suddenly an enemy comes, or when you just rotate your screen, you might have noticed that there might be like 1 to 2 seconds lag in your screen, irrespective of your good internet connection and so, or else your screen will get a gray shade suddenly. So that is mainly due to this refresh rate. So this refresh rate shows like how much in each second your screen has to refresh. That means it will show the clarity, like in each second a new image has to come in your screen. So that is what the main use of this refresh rate. So here the refresh rate is 120 hertz. So if you're looking for a gaming like ultra legend gaming phone, then please go for 144 hertz, whereas 120 is the best, and 90 hertz is a decent one. Please don't go less than 90 hertz. It is not a gaming phone at all. So that's it. So here talking more about the other specs, you have to look for touch sampling rate. So what is touch sampling rate is basically when you have typed anything in WhatsApp or Insta or any social media platforms, you might have noticed that like you have completed typing in your keyboard, but it will take 1 or 2 seconds to appear on your screen. So this thing is mainly due to this touch sampling rate. And you might have asked like what is the usage of it. This is very important for gaming perspectives, for gaming factors, because in gaming you will not be using your single finger or single hand. You might be using 2 hands or 2 finger gameplay, 4 fingers gameplay. Like there are different kind of peoples who play in different perspectives. So in those times this touch sampling rate plays also an important role. So here the sampling rate is 240 hertz, which is also a best. For higher, please go for 360. Decent is 120, 180 is there. So that's it. So talking more about this phone, you have to see for aspect ratio, which shows your screen size. So here 16:9, and then your screen to body ratios. Here it is 88%. So if you take 100% your total phone, in that 88% will be your screen, and rest will be your body and so that's it. Since you know all about this, there is a new factor like named as LTPS in this phone, so which is named as low temperature polycrystalline silicon screen. So what does this screen does? So this screen is so useful for those people who are playing games and so, because like in our day-to-day phones, like whatever phones you use, your refresh rate is constant. Because if you buy a phone for 120 hertz, then yeah, 120 hertz will be a concept, but with the help of this LTPS screen, your phone will start adjusting your refresh rate depending upon the apps or depending upon the purpose you use. So which is so useful, and it will also helpful. It will also help you in like keeping your battery on. So that is also, it will not drain your battery so fast. So here you have this LTPS, and that is also an additional feature in this phone. So this is about the base. So talking about the next thing is we have to talk about its dimensities, like MediaSet, like what type of chipsets and use. So here the company use MediaTek Dimensity 906 6 nanometers, so which is quite good. This chipset was launched almost like 1 year back, but still it is a good chipset. And as usual, since MediaTek is there, here definitely they'll go for Maliware. So G78 is there for graphics and so octa-core. So you have RAMs, and here the main thing is you can expand your RAM up to 5 GB. So that is also an additional feature which you get here. So this is the second thing. So followed by this, next we have to talk about its camera. So camera front, you have triple with 48 plus 12 plus 2. So 48 comes with a aperture of 1.8, so you can go for low light, dark night, slow motions, all kind of those things are available. Coming to the front, you have 16 megapixels, you have side mounted fingerprint sensors. That's it. So talking more here is, here since you're looking, this phone is purely of 5G and so it has collaborated with Jio to check whether it has good 5G specs and so it has confirmed that it has good 5G, and it also comes under the 13 5G bands in India. So that's it. And talking more about it, here it has a thermal cooling system. So here, like, you can use this phone perfectly for gaming. Your phone will never get heated, and also you have LTPS screen also, which is also quite good. So which I'll say at the last about my suggestions also. So talking more about it, here you have to talk about its battery. So here it comes with 5,000 mAh lithium polymer, 33 watts fast charging. So type C, and you have 3.5 jack, loudspeakers, NFC, you have micro SD card, dedicated dual SIM. So those things are like basic specs, so which everyone can know. So, and it comes in 2 colors. It is going to be available. It's available on Flipkart right now, so you can check it out. It comes for 20K. So that's it. Starting with the basic specs, the outside design and everything looks to same as V23. It has flat edges, everything. So the base thing is it comes with 6.43 inches full HD plus AMOLED or LED display. So the difference between LED and LCD, I'll just give a small hint here. So if you're a kind of a person who's going to use your phones at the daytime, and for photography, blogging, sensors, then LCD display is a good option for you. Whereas on the other side, it is just a vice versa. If you're just going to use at the night time, where you're going to just off your lights and so, then LED is a good option for you. And moreover, it depends on company's perspective. There are true, like, what is their profit percentage, what is their purpose of launching those phone models and so, depending upon that, they will just go for their screen sensors. And moreover, there are like different types. Here you have OLED, AMOLED, Super AMOLED. Here you have IPS LCD display, full HD, HD plus, so on. So here you have AMOLED LED display with the pixel resolution of 1080 into 2400. So that is quite good. Here you have 400 nits of brightness and so these are like the base. So talking more about it, first you have to talk about PPI density. So that is pixel per inch density. So what is this? Is basically the screen which you see in all your phones is made up of a small thing named as pixels. So to know a best example of this, you can just consider our old age, like old phones, like where when you just zoom on some photos, you will see a square like structure. So that is basically named as pixels. So to know the combinations of these full thing, you are going to just look for this PPI density. So that's it. So next thing is, what is the use of this? So this PPI density plays a very important role to see the clarity of image on your screen. So if your PPI density is high, then the clarity in your screen will be high, and also your dots, lines, images, colors, all those things will have good clarity. And these things are also like connected with your pixel resolutions, like as I mentioned before, 1080 to 2400. But still, here the PPI density of this phone is 409, so which is so high, in the sense if you're taking any photography sensors, the clarity of those images will be so good. The next thing which we are going to talk here is refresh rate. So for I think so most of the people know this term named as refresh rate. It mainly shows whether your phone is good for gaming or not. For those people who don't know, like refresh rate is directly connected to your screen pixels. To know more about it, I'll just give you a small example here. Like whenever you play some kind of games, like online games, maybe PUBG or Free Fire, Call of Duty, any kind of games, like you just might have noticed, like even if your network is good, even if you have a stable connection, and so there might be 1 to 2 seconds of lag in your screen whenever an enemy pops out, whenever you want to show, like turn your screen and so, or else you'll get a strange black color or a gray color in your screen, or sometimes your screen will get stuck. So these things are mainly due to this refresh rate. So the basic use of this refresh rate is it has to refresh your screen for every 1 second to show a new like clarity, like new image and so like if you want to go for a good phone, like decent gaming phone, and so please go for 120 hertz, because like nowadays for under 20-25K itself you have 120 hertz gaming phones, and so for Max Pro players go for 144, but the cost will be almost like 45 or 50K. So that's it. So here you have a refresh rate of 90 hertz, so which is like a decent one. So if you're planning to go for it, okay, but just wait, I'll just say what to do in the suggestion part. So that's it. So talking more about it, here you have a screen to body ratio of 84%, in the sense if you take 100% of your screen full phone, where 83% will be your screen and rest will be your body, and here you comes with an aspect ratio of 20:9. So 20 will be your length and 9 will be your breadth. So that's it. So this is about his base specs. So next thing is we'll talk about his chipset. So here you have MediaTek 810 of like 5G, so 6 nanometers. So since you have MediaTek Dimensity, definitely you will have malware. So G57 has been used here. So on the graphics part, and talking about its like processor, it's okay, it's not so high, but still it is just combined with 8 GB plus 128 GB of RAM and source. So next thing is camera. So here in front you have triple camera, 50 plus 8 plus 2. So 50 is your primary with a aperture of 1.8, 8 is your wide, and 2 is your depth. Whereas in front for your selfie you have 44 megapixel and it's a water top, so that is quite good. So this phone is mainly focused for selfie purposes, who are interested in taking selfie photos, like friend cams, who wants to use their friend cam too much, then this phone is good for you. So that's it. So talking more about it, here you have battery of 4050 mAh, so type C, and also here you have 33 watts fast charging, so you can just charge according to company 0 to 70% in 1 hour, so that is quite good. And also like here you have side like your fingerprint is on the screen. Here you don't have 3.5 jack, so please note it, and there is loudspeakers, and here you have hybrid slot. So in the sense, like you have two slots, in that one slot you can go for SIM, and on the other slot you can either go for SIM or for your SD card. So that's it. So these are the things about this phone. So it is officially live on Flipkart. It comes around like 24K. It comes in two colors. So if you have ICICI or HDFC cards, like you can get an instant 2000 discount and so. So that's it. So base, it comes to 6.73 inches OLED display. So I'll just give you a short like difference between LED and LCD. So if you're kind of a person where you're going to use your phones at the night time, then LED is a good option for you. Whereas if you're going to use the daytime photography, blogging sensors, LCD is good option. You will have natural brightness here. Here you will have a good brightness, but still it will be kind of an adaptive brightness sensors, and it purely depends on the company's perspective, their price and so depending upon that, whichever screen they want, they will just opt for it. And there are different variants: OLED, AMOLED, Super AMOLED. Here you have IPS LCD, LCD HD, Full HD Plus, and so. So here you have OLED, and with 1080 into 2400 pixel resolutions, it comes with 1 billion colors, HDR10 plus, so which is all quite good. So these are like the base specs. So talking more about it, the first thing which you have to know here is PPI density. So that is pixel per inch. So what is it? So basically your screen, like your phone screen, is made up of a small kind of things named as pixels. So to know what is pixel, you can just think of your old age phones, like where when you just take a photo and zoom, you can find a square like structure. So that is basically is named as pixels. So here the combinations of these total pixels in your screen is named as PPA density. So what is the use of this? So with help of this PPA density, you will know the clarity of your image in your screen. So it may be your lines, colors, dots, shapes, anything. So the clarity of your image in your screen depends on this PPA density. And talking more about it, this PPA density is also it can be considered only with help of your pixel resolutions, as like if your pixel resolution is so high but still if your PPA density is less, then the clarity of image will be reduced and so. And in more time, suppose if you're planning to go for a desktop like gaming desktop sensors, there this PPA plays a very important role, and also pixel resolutions. So here the PPA density is 393 PPI, so which is quite okay, because if you need good clarity you can go for at least 400 plus. So here it comes to 393 PPI. I'll say why they are not focusing on these things. And talking more about it, here we have to talk about refresh rate. So refresh rate is basically this pixels which I just told before, the time which your screen gets refreshed each second. So this is basically comes with a refresher, because your screen has to refresh every second, and this thing is very important for your gaming purposes. And so suppose like if your network is good, your connection is good, but still whenever you're playing some games, you might have noticed that there will be some situations where there will be some lag in your screen, maybe 1 or 2 seconds your screen will get blur like a gray color and go. That is basically mainly due to this refresh rate. So here the refresh rate comes with 120 Hz, so which is quite good. If you want gaming, please go for 144. So that's it. So talking more about it, here it comes with screen to body ratio of 88%. So in the sense, if you take 100% of your screen, in this 88% will be your screen, rest will be your body. And as it comes with an aspect ratio of 20:9. It says 20 will be your length and 9 will be your breadth. So that's it. So this is about its basic specs. So talking more about this, we have to talk about its chipset. So here it comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, so which is like currently all phones are using it. So they are using this new version of Snapdragon, so which is quite good. And also for graphics, they're using Adreno 670, so which is okay for graphics side. And it comes with 8GB 128GB internal like variants. The main thing is here it comes with a UFS of 3.1, so which is quite good, because like 3.1 under this budget is so good, because like whenever UFS stands for universal flash storage, so whenever your UFS is high, it shows the number of times the instructions can run so fast, like it can read and write an instruction so fast, so that your processing speed will be increased. So that's it. So here this thing is about its chipset and so. So talking next thing is we have to talk about its camera. So front you have triple cameras with 50 plus 50 plus 2. So 50, the first primary comes with an aperture of 1.8. Next 50 can be used as macro and wide, finally for your depth. Whereas in front it comes with a 60 megapixel of selfie. So this is the main look. So this phone is basically for selfie purposes and so. But still in the front you have an aperture of 2.2, so that is quite less, because like if you are trying to take this phone on selfie purposes, then please look that your aperture is so less, like the number f/1.8 1.7 it will be. So whenever it is less, it is good for your night photography, shallow lights and everything, that will be good. So that's it. So talking more about it, we have to talk about its additional specs, batteries, and so here it comes with 4800 mAh. You have 68 watts fast charging. Even if you want, you can go for 15 watts. And the company's official statement is it can charge 0 to 100% in 40 minutes and so. And then it comes with Type C, like USB Type C, and you have ready for install in this, so that you can like just share your screen to any devices or TV screens around you. And then it comes with Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, Android 12, NFC is there, Dolby Atmos stereo speakers, 3.5mm jack. These are like the last and final things which is available in this phone. So coming to the final thing, it comes in two colors. It is going to be available from March 3rd onwards. So the price of this phone comes around like 49k, but like for the first 1 or 2 days you can get an instant 5k of discount, so it will be like 44k. This is like a limited offer, so whoever is interested, you can do check it out and you can buy it. Before going to it, a small like thing which I want to say here is, in the official market this phone has been launched in two variants. So one is in compact design and another one is flip design, but in India it is launched only in compact design, so please note that. That's it. So starting the base of its specs, it comes with 5.9 inches like Super AMOLED HD plus display. So I'll give a small difference like what is LCD and LED. So if you're kind of your people like who use your phone at the daytime, your photography bloggings, if you're interested, then LCD is a good option, whereas LED is just vice versa. If you're going to use your phones at the night time where you're going to switch off your phone sensors like your lights and then you're going to use it, then LED is a good option for you. And moreover, it purely depends on the company's perspective and so their total cost, their profit percentage. So each phone, like each phone model, the company will choose a different screen. So that's it. So here they have the company has just chosen for E4 like a Super AMOLED display, which is good. And then it comes with 1080 into 2400 of pixel resolution, 1000 like 1100s of nights of brightness, which is so good. And also it comes with 112% DCI P3 color gamut, in the sense like whichever photos, the colors which is going to available on your screen will be so precise and so good. So those things are good. And more, it comes with Gorilla Glass for protection. So those are like the base things. So talking more about this, the first thing you have to talk here is PPI. So that is pixel per inch. So what is PPI? So basically the all the phones which is available in the market is made up of a small term, like small thing in your screen named as pixels. So talking about the combinations of pixels is this PPI density. So that's it. To know what is PPI, like to know what is pixels, like you can just take a old photo or anything, and if you try to zoom in those photos, you will just see a square like structure. So that is named as pixels. So that's it. So what is the use of knowing this PPI density? With help of this PPI density, you can know the clarity of image or video which is going to be available on your screen. That's it. So the more the PPI, it is good for your viewing purpose or like your clarity purpose in your phone will be so good. So here the PPI is 426, so which is so high. So in the sense like the clarity of images in your screen will be so good, dots, colors, lines and everything will be good. So that's it. So talking more about it, we have to look for a term named as refresh rate. So refresh rate is these pixels which is going to be available on your screen has to refresh each second, so that a new image or a new thing has to appear on your screen. So to know more about this refresh rate, like suppose if you're playing some online games, maybe PUBG, Free Fire, Call of Duty, any games if you're playing, like you might have noticed like there might be a small lag in your screen, like when suddenly an enemy pops out, or suddenly your screen, like when you just move from one side to other side, your screen will start getting delayed, or there'll be a grayish color on your screen, or your phone will get stuck also sometimes. So this is mainly due to this refresh rate. So like if you have a good refresh rate, then it is good for your gaming purposes, and so that is your phone is good for your gaming. That's it. So here the refresh rate is 120 hertz, so which is quite good. The maximum refresh rate is 144, next is 120, so which is good, and whereas 90 is a decent one. So below that please don't go. That's it. So the talking more about it, we have to talk about touch sampling rate. So here the touch sampling rate is 240 hertz. So what is touch sampling rate is basically, suppose if you are just typing on some social medias, maybe YouTube or Insta, WhatsApp or anything, you might have noticed that after like you would have just completed typing on your screen, but it will take 1 or 2 seconds for those letters or those words to appear on your screen. So this is mainly due to this sampling rate, in the sense your phone is taking time to sense the fingers, like the sensors which is available on your screen. That's it. And what is the use of this is, again, this is used for gaming purposes, because a lot of people use 2-finger gameplay, 4 fingers or 8 fingers gameplay, and so for those people this sampling rate plays a very important role. So here you have 240, which is a decent one. That's it. So next thing is, here we have to talk about aspect ratio. So aspect ratio is your screen, like total phone, so 20:9, and also you have to see here for screen to body ratio. So here the screen to body ratio is 83%. So in the sense like if you take a full phone of 100%, in that 83% will be your screen and rest will be your body and source. So that's it. So this is about his base specs, like on its first. Next we'll talk about his chipset. So here it comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon, so 888 5G chipset. So it's not 888 plus, so please note sure. So make sure, that's one thing. So next thing is for graphics, here they use Arduino 680, which is also good, and here it comes with UFX, universal flash storage of 3.1. so the processing speed here will be so high, because 3.1 the read and write instructions will be so good, like it will get fast 3 times better. So that's it. And here you have 8 GB plus 120 GB of internals, like those things, like it depends on each person's interest. You can go for your RAM variants and so that's it. So Talking more is we have to talk about its camera. So in front you have triple plus with 84 as your primary, plus 12 ultra wide, and finally with 4 for your macro. So here the primary here it comes with, I think so, Sony IMX 886 686 primary sensor, which is good with an aperture of 1.8. So for dark and shallow light it's good. Here it comes with OIS, PDAF and so. So for photographies and object detections, human detection, face detections, all those things are good in this. And in front you have 12 megapixel punch hole on your left hand side, and that's it. So this is about its camera. And next thing is its battery. Comes with 4000 mAh, 30 watts fast charging, type C, 3.5 jack is available. Speakers are available, NFC, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.1, dual SIM. So those things are like base, it's all available. And companies, according to companies, it will charge 0 to 100% in 80 minutes and 0 to 50 in 25 minutes. So that's it. It comes in 2 colors. It's going to be available in Flipkart from March 7th, I think so. I'll put the link, so if you're interested you can check it out. It comes with a price around like 43k.